British Muslim clerics who embarked on a so-called fact-finding mission to Afghanistan have praised the beautiful Taliban leaders for instilling freedom in the country. The Hmmm travelled to Afghanistan last summer as part of a trip organised by Prosper Afghanistan, a UK-based NGO that seeks to support rebuilding initiatives and the human aid and advocacy group. Speaking at Queen Mary University of London, one of the delegates, Sheikh Haitam al-Haddad, defended the Taliban's harsh restrictions on women, claiming that Western criticism is nothing more than propaganda designed to demonise the Islamists. He said Western secular influences were being driven into the minds of the students who were speaking against the Sharia, and many vices were creeping in. When it is time to rebuild the country, we cannot tolerate division, and therefore temporary suspension of liberal secular education took place. The restrictions that he's praising are that girls over the age of 12 have been excluded from education, beauty salons have been banned, women are barred from many workplaces as well as barred from public spaces and gyms, and women can't travel without a male guardian. Progressive. I mean, Andrew, will you be holidaying in Afghanistan?
I've already booked my trip.
It sounds like a man's country.
Well, it does, doesn't it? Well, what they were talking about, the other side of it, they were actually talking about security and say it's one of the most peaceful times there at the moment. But you're absolutely right.
But that has to be seen in context.
It totally has to be seen in
not being very peaceful for a long time.
And it's the second anniversary of when the handover to the Taliban and stuff like that. But you're right. Security on one hand, getting rid of women's rights on the other is not a good balance. And we still need to shine a spotlight on that. I think it's scandalous for a certain point of views. We need to encourage education around the world.
Well, do you think I should ask the women on the panel what they think?
I open the door for them to walk out. Just to be honest, what are you talking about? But I'll offer them a seat.
Women aren't allowed to speak, obviously, of course. Yeah, sounds like freedom to me, of course. The very typical cop-out to get out of an argument is, oh, it's just fake news, it's just the Western media making up this rubbish. Like, you have these idiots saying, oh, October 7th, it didn't really happen, it's just fake news in the press. It's just absolutely bonkers. And these Afghans are now, it looks like, the most prominent group coming across on the small boats. And Afghanistan, since we've changed things with the Albanians, Afghans now look like, with the latest data we have, the most prominent group. And then
these values are going to be coming to the UK.
So if you go to the Women's Peace and Security Index, Afghanistan, guess where they rank in the world out of 177 countries included?
I don't know.
177 out of 177 for their treatment of women. So, yeah, it sounds like freedom to me, and sounds like beautiful Afghanistan, as they've called it.
And we've got the 8 clerics on screen there. There they are.
In the studio? Are they coming?
Yes,
and here they are now.
Sadly not with us.
Do you reckon they'd come in?
Do you think this is Talibananas?
But I like one of their policies.
What's that policy?
And that last policy that we should all have a male chaperone, because in London, that's violence. I want a male chaperone everywhere I go. I like that one, Taliban. You can bring that one here.
Well, maybe we'll get it here. Who knows? Anyway, next.